Alright, what is up, everybody? We are back with another edition of Everyday Hoops. Hope you guys are having a good one. Today, we're continuing trying to predict the 2024-25 season. I've done my Eastern Conference and Western Conference predictions, and today we are trying to predict the award winners who will take home each award for the 2024-25 season. We're trying to predict it. I'm giving 3 candidates for each award here in today's video. Thank you guys for the views on the videos and the shorts recently. I really appreciate it. If you do like the content around here, consider subscribing, like, turn notifications, do all stuff like that. I'd really appreciate it. Really upset a lot. Join the membership. If you want to learn more about the membership, there's a video on my channel explaining all of it. You can go back and watch that. Link to my Twitters, all that stuff down in the description below. And yeah, don't want to waste any more of your time. Let's get right into it. So basically how we're going to do this is I'm going to give the award. I'm going to give my one who I think is going to win it, and then I have 2 other candidates as well. So my top 3. Basically, if I had a ballot before the season started on how we're going to do this, I'm going to go in, I don't know what order, I'm just going to go in an order. I guess I have written down already. So we're going to start with the most improved player of the year. Now this award has definitely been changed over the last couple of years. It has turned into kind of just like whoever turns from a star, from a good player to an all-star, I guess, or whoever turns to an all-star to a superstar wins it, I guess. And so it's tough. It kind of is watered down, the MIP award. You know, we all know the best MIP award winners are the ones like Lauri Markkanen, like Giannis, like Victor Oladipo, like guys that were just like okay, and then all of a sudden they just took this jump that no one even expected coming. You know, so for my MIP award, I kind of went in that route, very similar to that route where he's like, this guy's already a good player, but maybe he could take another jump and kind of show maybe a level that we didn't even think he could hit a level like that. And I went with Immanuel Quickley as my MIP award winner. I think he's gonna have a lot of opportunity in Toronto. Last year when he got traded from New York to Toronto, he had some good numbers. He played some good games. You know, now he's gonna be has a full offseason, gonna be the full-time PG in Toronto. Has all the opportunity in the world. Just got a big contract, so they're expecting him to have big years. I think Immanuel Quickley can do that. I think he has the game and the play style to do it. To be a maybe 20 point per game, maybe 7, 8 assists, 6 to 8 assists per game type of guy. And I think if he can do that, and the Raptors are maybe better than expected, and they're like around an 8 seed or 9 seed or anything like that, and IQ's having some big games along with Scotty Barnes, like I think IQ could get some you know, shout and some honors for MIP. Like I really do think so. Statistically, maybe it won't be the craziest statistical jump. Like it's not that he's gonna jump 6-7 points a game or anything like that. Maybe he could, but I'm not putting that on him. But I think if just he could show that he could be a really, really good point guard, starting point guard in the league, and maybe he's around an all-star-ish type of tier, type of player, and the Raptors are a lot better than expected, I think IQ can definitely get some acknowledgement for that award. RJ Barrett's also another guy that a lot of people talk about, but I went with IQ because I feel like, I don't know, I just feel like IQ is going to have a big year this year. And then my other 2 candidates, I have Jalen Johnson. He was I forgot what he finished last year, but he was in the award running last year. Obviously, he came out kind of like he was the 9th, 10th man in the Atlanta rotation to being arguably their 2nd or 3rd best player. And so far in preseason, it looks like he's taking another jump, which is huge. Like if he could take another jump, it'd be like a 20-something point per game with about 8 rebounds, 5 assists, good defense, something like that. And he can really emerge as that next guy next to Trae Young for Atlanta. Then I think obviously he's going to get a lot of acknowledgement for that award as well. And then my 3rd, I have Cade Cunningham, a one where it's like trying to kind of play with how the award has been given out the last couple years. He was already #1 overall pick. We already know how good he is. But if Cade can have a big jump and be an all-star this year, and the Pistons maybe are a play-in type of team, then I could definitely see Cade Cunningham getting some, you know, getting some votes for the MIP award for. So right now I got IQ, Jalen Johnson, Cade Cunningham as my 3 candidates. Next, we're going 6th man of the year. My winner for 6th man of the year is Malik Monk. There's a great argument that he could have won last year. I think he finished 2nd last year. I think the Kings are going to be a high-powered offense. They're going to have a really good regular season. And Malik Monk has already established himself the last couple years as one of the best 6th men in the league. And I think this could be the year where he finally gets the award. I think he's going to have really good numbers. You know, he's going to have some big games, some electric performances. And especially if the Kings are a really good team and maybe even like exceed expectations, like I think they have the potential to in this regular season and finish as like a top 5 seed or something, I think Malik Monk can really be stamped in for that award. So I got Malik. My number 2, Naz Reid. He won it last year. I don't think there's any reason that he couldn't win it again this season, especially because if the Timberwolves are going to be a 50-something win team again and he has another good season, and the Timberwolves usually probably are going to have one of the best benches in terms of scoring and all that stuff in the league, there's no reason why Naz Reid can't win it again. And then my number 3, I went Bennedict Mathurin. Mathurin, you know, he got injured last season, so we couldn't really see him finish out. He's going to be their 6th man. He's going to come off the bench. Him, T.J. McConnell, they're going to have a really solid bench unit. And I think it could be one of those things, kind of like I said with Naz Reid, where Indiana could have one of the better bench scorings in the league. And I think if Bennedict Mathurin is leading that charge and is averaging maybe like 15 to 18 points per game off the bench this season and having some good performances, which I think he's going to have, especially in preseason, I like what I've seen from him, that I think Bennedict Mathurin can get in and, you know, get some acknowledgement for that award as well. I don't think that's a bad shot either. So yeah, my 6th man, I got Malik Monk, Naz Reid, Bennedict Mathurin. Next we have Defensive Player of the Year. My number 1 went to Victor Wembanyama. It just seems inevitable that he's going to win one maybe this year, next year. He finished, 2nd last season as a rookie. And I think if the Spurs are better and he is going to be better in year 2, I think he probably is the favorite right now to win Defensive Player of the Year. It's just hard not to pick the 7'4" guy that can block a lot of shots and also be solid on the perimeter. You know, so he's my number 1. Number 2, I have Rudy Gobert, the winner last year. Again, Minnesota's going to have probably one of the top defenses again this year with Rudy Gobert protecting the rim. And if they're have a 50-something win season, I don't think there should be, he could win it again. Like, he definitely could. And then my number 3, Bam Adebayo. It just seems inevitable, maybe not inevitable, but it just seems like he should win one. Like, we can argue he's one of the most versatile, better defenders in the NBA at the 5-man, being able to do all the things he does. He's spectacular on the defensive end. And so, I mean, why not just throw him in there as a number 3? It's a pretty safe option that he's probably going to finish between the top 3, top 5. You know, so my DPOI, I got Victor Wembanyama, Rudy Gobert, Bam Adebayo. Next, we have Rookie of the Year. This is actually very interesting. You know, this is the first time maybe in a little while that we haven't had, for sure before the season, like, okay, this guy probably is the real favorite. You know, like a Victor Wembanyama, like a Paolo, like someone like that come out in Rookie of the Year. With this type of class, my number 1, I think is probably the favorite right now, is Zach Edey. He just looks so good in preseason. The fit just looks there. And honestly, it's not even more based on how he's playing, because he's playing really well, obviously. But I think it's just opportunity. Like, I just think he has the best opportunity of all the top picks. Like, he's got put in a perfect situation where he's in Memphis, he's getting a lot of time, he plays with a really great team already. Like, he doesn't have to do too much. All he has to do is come in, set screens, rebound, block shots, catch a lot. That's all he's really got to do. You know, he's got probably one of the easiest jobs to come in as a rookie and do. So I just feel like the opportunity alone makes him an early favorite to win Rookie of the Year. And then you add on how he's been playing, how he's been fitting in already, the confidence he already has. Like, it just feels like Zach Edey right now is the favorite so far. So he's my number 1. Number 2, I have Zachary Versace. I feel like he hasn't really been getting a lot of love or attention or buzz for Rookie of the Year, even though he's a number 1 overall pick. He's probably been the least hyped number 1 overall pick we've seen in a very, very, very long time. But I like what I've seen from him in preseason so far. I really like what I've seen from him. He's been playing a perfect role next to Trae Young. Catch and shoot, putting the ball on the floor, making easy plays, just like doing what we expect him to do. And I think if he can come in and take this from the preseason and get into the regular season and play like this, I feel like he's going to have a really good shot at winning Rookie of the Year. You know? Like, I feel like he's got put in a really good situation next to Trae Young and Jalen Johnson already, where he doesn't really have to do too much. If he just comes in and plays his role, and the Hawks look solid, and he looks pretty solid, I think he's going to have a lot of potential. And I think also, again, he has opportunity and put in the right situation. And then number 3 is Reed Shepherd. I just think he's just a really, really good player. Like, I just think he's really good that if the Rockets do exceed expectations and make it to the playoffs and stuff, and Reed Shepherd is like a consistent 7th, 6th to 7th, 8th man off the bench and giving you good numbers and good production, which I think he can do absolutely in his rookie year, then I think he could definitely be a contender in this Rookie of the Year voting. Like, I think scouts and all this stuff love Reed Shepherd, and I think if he comes in and does what we expect him to do, I think he's definitely going to get a lot of buzz. But Rookie of the Year is definitely going to be a very interesting award this year, because honestly, this also could be a year where a random guy like a Don Connect or Bub Carrington or someone like that could come out and steal this Rookie of the Year. I think this is one of the more wide open Rookie of the Years we've seen in a very long time. So Rookie of the Year is definitely going to be an award that's going to be very interesting this season. But right now I have Zach Edey. That's my 1. Then Zachary Versace. And then Reed Shepherd. We're going to go to Clutch Player of the Year next. This is an award that honestly is probably impossible to predict. You know, you never know what team's going to be in the most clutch situations. You never know. It's just kind of just like a guessing award to predict. So my clutch play of the year, number one, I have Jalen Brunson. I don't know why. I just feel like if the Knicks are in closeout games, I just feel like I trust Jalen Brunson to come in and do his thing in the clutch. I think last year he was a really good clutch player, had good clutch performances. I just think Jalen Brunson is going to be in there, so I got Jalen Brunson. Steph Curry as well, I think. Was he the winner last year? I don't remember, but he was. If he didn't win, he was second place at least. But Steph, I mean, with that Warriors team, they're probably going to be in a lot of close situations, so I think Steph is going to have a lot of moments. And then Luka Doncic as well. Again, just a guy that is going to have a lot of clutch opportunities to go out and hit some big shots. So I got Jalen Brunson, Steph, and Luka in clutch player of the year voting. We're going to go to coach of the year. My coach of the year, number one, I have Mark Daigneault. I predicted OKC to have the best record in the Western Conference, and I think if they do again, and he has a really good year, and OKC maybe is the best record, they're a 60-something win team, I think Mark Daigneault could definitely get in there and win another Coach of the Year award. Number two, I have Joe Mazzulla. Boston, if they have to bet on someone to have the best record, why not be the Celtics? And Joe Mazzulla hasn't gotten one yet. And if the Celtics have another year where they are the best team in the league and win 60-something games, then Joe Mazzulla should definitely get some voting. And number three, I have Tom Thibodeau. If the Knicks, I feel like especially with the Karl Anthony Towns trade they made right before the preseason started, if they can come in and still have a really dominant regular season with having to add in Cat and having this type of team, I think Tom Thibodeau could definitely get that, award. So my coach of the year right now, I got Mark Daigneault, Joe Mazzulla, Tom Thibodeau. And finally, we have the MVP award. My number one, my winner for 2025, my MVP winner, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Again, I think OKC probably is going to be one of the best teams in the league, probably going to be the number one seed in the West. And I think if they do get the number one seed in the West and have a big 60-something win regular season, then I think it's probably going to be Shai that gets the award. We know he's going to have the numbers, the statistics, probably around 30 points per game again, doing all the Shai things, and he also could be in the conversation for clutch player of the year as well. But I think if OKC finishes the number one seed in the Western Conference, then it should be Shai. Shai is probably going to get that award. I just feel like this is the year where it's just this is the year for Shai to win it. My number two, I have Luka Doncic. We all know he's inevitably going to win one. Honestly, I was really going back and forth between Luka and Shai, Luka, Shai, but ultimately went with Shai and my number one because I just think the regular season record is going to be, superior to Luka Doncic's Mavericks. But, Luka was very close. Honestly, for me, I thought Luka should have won it last year or could have won it last year, but shout out to Jokic. But Luka, I think this could be the year, especially if the Mavericks finish as a top 2, top 3 seed in the Western Conference, and Luka also has another 30-something point per game season. We know he's going to have the 8 to 9 rebounds, the 8 to 9 assists per game. Like, there's definitely a world where Luka wins it. Number three is Giannis Antetokounmpo. I think the Bucks, this is a big year for Milwaukee Bucks. Milwaukee Bucks have to come out and do some things this season. I think Giannis knows that. And so far, I've liked what I've seen from him in preseason so far. And Giannis always is going to be an MVP candidate for the next couple of years. So I think if Giannis comes out and the Bucks have a really good regular season, and Giannis comes out, it's like, all right, we're don't forget about us. Like, we're here to win this championship. Giannis can definitely have that type of season and take this award. So my MVP top three, I got Shai, Luka, Giannis. And yeah, that's gonna be it. Those are all my award predictions. Let me know down in the comments below what your award predictions are for this season. I would like to see and know what you think is gonna happen this year. So let me know in the comments. Once again, if you do like the content around here, consider subscribing, turn on notifications, do all stuff like that. I'd really appreciate it. It really helps out a lot. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow.